What's up, guys? This is Jimmy, and today I have an exciting video. I was able to rank my website for Los Angeles SEO, and so I'm gonna take you guys kind of through basically what my process was and what it looked like, and being able to compete against some of these larger agencies as an individual. So just to show you guys right here, you can see right here Los Angeles SEO in the past 30 days. It went up onto page one and actually ranked four. And if we were to do a real-time search, I'm actually in Seattle right now visiting family for early Thanksgiving festivities. You can see my website is right here. And I'm competing against some of the big guys. You can see Coalition Technologies right here, which is one of the big ones. They also have the Google Map Pack rank there. But, just a lot of these different companies, like you have different agencies that are competing for this spot. And I was able to rank my website. So, what specifically did I do to actually get it ranked? So, I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of my process so that you guys can look to recreate it and essentially see what is going on with your keywords so that how you can kind of use my methodology and do it for you guys, whether you're an SEO, whether you're a business owner or someone that is trying to learn SEO and be able to do it for themselves. So, one of the first things that I would always take a look at is you're going to want to be able to do keyword research to just verify what are the tools that are, what are actually the keywords that people are competing for. And so, the one that I like to use is Ahrefs. So, I was looking at fiscal sponsorship earlier for somebody, but so let's say that I was looking at keywords and I look up Los Angeles SEO. I'm going to see that this is medium difficulty. Parent topic is Los Angeles SEO. Search volume is 1,000 keywords, 1,000 searches a month, and there's a CPC value of 13. So let's say that you don't have any type of keyword tool to use. I would use something maybe Uber Suggest would be a good option. Or you can go to Google Keyword Planner, set up a campaign and put like $1 in there and you'll be able to actually use their keyword tool for free basically and be able to do some research on your own. But I prefer Ahrefs. And so looking at this, it says the parent topic is Los Angeles SEO. And so I verified that this is probably the money keyword. 1,000 monthly searches is a good amount of searches. And at $13 per click, CPC estimate, there's value to this keyword. And you can see the breakdown is 11% are clicking on ads and 89% are clicking on organic listings. So I verified, step one, what is my keyword? And Los Angeles SEO is my keyword. So cool. I verified this. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into incognito mode and I'm going to look up my keyword. All right. And the reason why I'm doing this is I want to be able to get an idea for what is the competitive landscape look like in this moment now. So first thing is I see someone is running an ad. So this verifies that there's value to this keyword because only if they're going to make money off this keyword or generating some other sort of value from it, would they be willing to run an ad that's going to cost them upwards of $13 a click. But what do we see? And this is where you really want to pay attention to the search engine results because it gives you a lot of information around not only what our competitors are doing, but what is Google looking to rank. And you want to be super, super specific about this because everything that you see is something that you're going to want to recreate. So the first thing that I would say is really look carefully at the top three. And so what I'm seeing right here is on the mapmarketing.com, they use the exact match keyword at the beginning of their page. So they're just starting with Los Angeles SEO. And one of the best practices is actually to just start with your keyword. Start with your exact match keyword at the beginning of your title tag. This is called a title tag of the page. And so they just have the keyword here. But you can also see in their URL structure, they include the keyword Los Angeles and the word SEO. And then in their meta description, which is the 155 characters they've allocated to describe what the page is. They've used the keyword Los Angeles SEO there, and it's bolded, right? And if I look at the second meta description of Coalition Technologies, they use again they use the exact match keyword, but they use number one here, and they do this because the hashtag sign you don't see it often, so it will grab your attention. But regardless, they have the keyword Los Angeles SEO here. They use the keyword company, right? So Los Angeles SEO company is a keyword that they're targeting, but because Los Angeles SEO is here, it's going to rank for this keyword too. And they have SEO, search engine optimization, in the URL slug. And you can see the keyword SEO is bolded here, right? So SEO is the keyword that Google is pulling and deciding to like bold from the meta description. But the next thing that I see is the map pack. And so Google is saying that people are looking for organic results, but they're also looking, they know that people are looking for local businesses. And so you can see a Los Angeles SEO company exact match of the keyword exact match of the keyword Los Angeles SEO company, Los Angeles SEO Pro, Los Angeles SEO. This is a coalition. So the locality of the business is important to them, and so that's something to note too, right? Is that okay? Being local and having a Google My Business is important because they're having this trigger right beneath two organic results. Looking at Los Angeles SEO Inc. So these guys have the keyword not only in their title tag, but they have it as an exact match in their domain name. So we would call this EMD or exact match domain. You can see again, Los Angeles SEO is bolded here. And then here's my website. So you can see I'm using the exact match keyword at the very beginning. I also use it in my URL slug. And you can see again, here is the keyword that's bolded as exact match. And you can kind of see, like, you look at the trends, right? Here's another company that's using the keyword exact match at the beginning, right? They copy what Coalition was doing. And so, and then we see a content piece last. So what are the takeaways from this? Is that they're going to show providers or use or actual companies, right? And not so much content pieces, although Forbes is on here. They're going to show Google Maps. So having a Google My Business and probably embedding that Google My Business either on your page or your contact is going to be important. There are questions that people ask, right? So these could be questions that you put on your page or you address as a blog post somewhere on your site. Having the keyword show up near the beginning or at least in your title tag is important. Having it show up in your URL slug in some way is important. And then having the keyword show up in your description is somewhat important, right? And this is all information that you just immediately pull just by looking at who's ranking for these keywords. And it's just a roadmap that you guys can use for yourself when you actually want to do it. But so after we do this, now we take a look at so we know the keyword and we have an idea of what page one is looking like, and it's promising because we're not really seeing Yelps, we're not really seeing any other types like aggregators. Like a Capterra or a Yelp or a GetApp, because oftentimes you'll see these lists, but no, what we see is mostly providers. And so it tells me that people that are searching for this keyword are looking for a provider of this service, right? So that's a good sign. And now it's time for us to say, okay, maybe this is a keyword we want to go after. And so you want to then begin to take a look at, well, what are these pages actually looking like? And from a on-page SEO perspective, what is the construction of the site and what are some of the statistics of the site? And, you can already just tell these guys are using the keyword and their H1 tag, and they're using the keyword show up in a few places. Here they have a grid about their actual ranking. So this is a nice kind of unique way to verify that they know what they're doing. But this is actually a pretty heavy content piece, right? You can see there's a lot of content. And then remember we spoke about embedding the Google Maps. So here it is right here. So they've essentially created that connection or that link between Google My Business and their website to verify that they're a local business, that they're actually located in Los Angeles. And so, you can basically figure out a lot of the on-page SEO. So you can right click, look at page source, and kind of really just see what does the code look like. And you can do Control F and look up title, right? So what's the title of their page? What are their header one? What are the header twos? How often do they use Los Angeles SEO, right? So 59 times is in the HTML of their page in some way. But there's some guesswork that goes into it. And I'm not a super big fan of doing like just guesswork. And so the tool that I actually like to use to quantify these metrics is something called Page Optimizer Pro. And this was generated by a guy named Kyle Roof, who has also a Skype group that kind of goes into this tool. But what's good about this tool is that it actually will take what's on page one and it's going to generate a report that goes into that takes a look at who are your key competitors, and it'll generate a report for you that will actually give you the entirety of what the on-page SEO that's been done for that page looks like. And so I'm not going to go into this too in depth. Maybe this would be a separate video, but this would be something that I would take a look at. This would be something I would say, hey, if you're a new SEO, a seasoned SEO, if you're doing this for your own website, if you want to learn it, this gives you a specific framework around what does it look like to rank a page and how did these people use the keyword, where did they use the keyword, and you can actually begin to recreate it for yourself. But one of the big things to point out is that this will let you do what I would say is perfect SEO. Like you can do the best SEO that you possibly can to actually set yourself up to compete with whoever is on page one for that specific keyword. But a few things that you would want to kind of just note is that you can do perfect on page SEO, but there will be other factors that you will need to kind of take into mind when you're actually looking to rank. And so going back to the Los Angeles SEO example, so if we pull up this example, right, and I take up these guys, right, so I pull up on the map marketing, one of the things that I would take a look at would be, well, what are the site stats of this actual provider? Like, on the map marketing, like what are the site stats, right? And so the first thing that I see already is that these guys have a domain rating of 73 out of 100, which is super high. And they have 5,000 backlinks that are generated to this specific page. So this is gonna go. This is gonna kind of cover two things. Is that one, your website is gonna have certain statistics. So it's gonna have a page authority and a domain authority, and you can use a tool called Moz that's for free that will kind of read that for you. But if your competitors are going to have a very, very high domain authority or page authority, then that is something that you just have to take into account because that is something that Google is going to use as part of a way to measure whether or not a site is good for a certain page or not. Right. And so this is very true because if you ever see a Yelp or an aggregator rank, these lists are not experts in the field, but they just have such a high domain authority that they're just ranking because Google knows that, hey, these guys are either trustworthy or people trust them. And so it will make sense for us to put on the list or put it on the Google results if there's no one else that's really impressive in terms of their page setup, and also usage signals. So if I saw this, right, and I had a brand new website, then maybe, what I would say is, this may not be a keyword that you want to rank for immediately, or this may be a keyword that might take you, a year or 2 years to rank, and it would just take some time. And it kind of lets you know, like, okay, like this is going to be a fairly competitive keyword to play in because the people that are playing in this pool are pretty good. So, this is one thing that you want to measure. So if you don't have Ahrefs or you can't afford Ahrefs, use Moz and take a look at domain authority. And if your domain authority and page authority don't really, aren't even in the ballpark of whoever's ranking on page one, that's a communication. So it either means that it may be hard for you to rank or it's going to just take time. And so just account for that. But the second thing is backlinks, right? And so you can see right here, these guys have 5,000 backlinks to just this specific page. And so it tells you, okay, well, I need to build backlinks to this page. And so this is kind of one of those things where a lot of people will get stopped because backlinks are hard. They're hard to acquire. They're hard to get. And so honestly, one of the things that you can just do is you can literally just go on Upwork and you will be able to find someone that can. So let's go to freelancers. And you can look for let's look up SEO backlink, or I don't know. Let's see if that pulls up anything. Okay, Google AdWords. Okay, here we go. So first thing that you can do is just look, hey, is there anyone that can actually get me SEO backlinks, right? And so here is someone named Kamal. Here's someone named Yahya, right? So this guy's kind of interesting because he is a high quality link builder and has over $300,000 earned, 100% job success. So I would probably drop this guy a line and I'd say, hey, can you get me some backlinks for my website? And it looks like, this guy is $9 an hour and he was billed at $110 and probably got whoever this person is some backlinks. And so this would be what I would do is I would just go on Upwork and I would find someone that would do the outreach for me, or that would have relationships with websites, and I would be able to do some sort of negotiation with them, whether it's content or whatever it is, or guest posts, and get a backlink to my website. Like this would be where I would start, just because the outreach process is so time intensive that it's easier to just use someone that knows a process or that has relationships that can quickly get you backlinks, right? And when you get a backlink, you just want to make sure, like, okay, what are the keywords I'm targeting and what are our competitors doing? And so going back to just understanding the competitive landscape, I always take a look at what are the anchors that this company has used, and so this is surprising, right? So you can see that these guys have used the keyword Los Angeles SEO in 26 of their domains and over 4,800 of their referring pages, and so using this, you can be like, oh, well, I guess most of my backlinks can be about Los Angeles SEO, right? Because these guys are ranked number one and they just use the keyword Los Angeles SEO in all their backlinks, right? And so what you would say is, okay, I would go to Yahya and I'd say, Yahya, I need backlinks. I use the keyword Los Angeles SEO, and that they're pointing to this URL of mine to rank for Los Angeles SEO. Like that's what I would do to actually rank that page, and that's actually part of what I did to get some backlinks to my page. And so after you do this, right, is so after you do the perfect on page SEO using POP, and then you start to get some backlinks, right? So you can use Upwork or you can use a myriad of other methods, right? You can literally just email a ton of websites and say, hey, what does it look like for me to do a guest post for you or to have some content on your website, right? Then you're going to just start to see, okay, what do my rankings begin to look like, right? And so you can just manually check it, right? You can use, I use a tool called SERPbook myself, but there's a lot of different tools that you can use to see, okay, what does it look like for me to rank, right? And after that, right, what you're going to do is just make sure that you have something called Google Search Console. So Google Search Console is a tool that will let you kind of index your website, right? And you're just going to want to crawl your page every once in a while and just start to see, like, what do my rankings look like? And so that would be, my suggestion to you guys around, what I would do. And this is actually what I did to get my website ranked for Los Angeles SEO. And so, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. But again, do the research, identify the keyword, get perfect on-page SEO, begin to do some off-page SEO, and then start to see, what are my rankings looking like. And if you have the budget, running some pay-per-click campaigns with AdWords or Facebook to get some traffic onto your website and hopefully even get some sales is a really good way to show user signals to Google, but also be able to actually get some cash flow in your business because at the end of the day, like, SEO is a capital intensive business. Like getting backlinks costs money. Tool like Paid Optimizer Pro costs money. Ahrefs costs some money. Getting a website and getting that set up costs money. And so this isn't just some sort of free campaign that you just start. Like it takes an investment and it takes time. And so if you're able to run some PPC campaigns and make some money from it at the same time, then you're actually creating cash flow for yourself while sending user signals to Google, which will also help you rank. So I hope you guys found that useful. Put any questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. But this is kind of the top level methodology, and this is literally what I use for my website as well. So yeah, best of luck, guys, and thank you for watching and listening to the video.